Welcome back, peeps. Old Yorkshire Git here. Final Fantasy 14, part 98. I'm positive it's 98. It's going to be on the title. Right. Only tomorrow to go, and then it's the 100th. And you'll see my ugly mug in the corner. If it goes alright, I might keep it there for more. Anyway, here we go. We did the old 3 primals, or 2.5, because I fell off the cliff again on the 3rd one. Right, inbred, what you got for me? Albert, my scouts have been keeping a close eye on them. Oh, that's right, and now we're after a black market titty. I totally forgot. It would also seem that he has hired more than a few men to stand guard, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologise. This far beneath a man of your standing, Commander Levallier needn't have dispatched you hither, but powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Yeah, waffle, 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 complete, I'll take that. Bait and switch. Hilbard is eager to bring the black marketer and his clients to justice. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit, yep, alright, well, let's get off then, shall we? Ooh-ah. Speak with inbred, just did. I've got to go up there, have I? Burning wall. Shrink him down a bit. Get on me chicken. Oh, that was awesome. That was a flying unicorn. I don't know if I can get over this bit. Yeah, Mount can't fly no higher. Where is he? I'm not interested in a fight. Oh, here he is. Inbred. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be the others. A plan while you approach the sentry and create a distraction. My men will slip past. Yeah, alright. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions, then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Right. Speak with the hired thug. First things first. Let's get me chicken. Where is he then? No. Ah, there he is. Who goes there? An adventurer, damn fool, you should never have come here. That's them done. Speak with the hired thug. Where's he gone? Whoa. He's a bit tough for this one. Come on, Albert, you can take him. Wait for Ilbred outside the tunnel entrance. Where's the tunnel entrance? No, I don't want the level thing. Ah, right, it's over there. Down there, is it? Going right way. Ah, here we go. Destination. Waiting. Got a bit lost then. Sorry, folks. Right. See what Inbred's got to say. If he turns up, I don't understand. What's this all about? Says the unknown person. Grah. Good at voices, aren't I? Investigate the disturbance. Oh, hang on a minute. He's not dodgy, is he? As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew a hidden blade and lashed out, but before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked. This is the result. Oh, yeah, okay. Being an inexperienced recruit, Commander Lavalier will be most disappointed. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though, I know not how they slipped past our perimeter. Present, the first is currently tracking a party of Duck's white sellswords. We suspect maybe them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the immortal flames. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. But at the very least, we have secured the weapons. Yeah, waffle, waffle, waffle. Don't know, he looks a bit dodgy now to me, old inbred. Inbred would like nothing more to have his incident forgotten. That ain't going to happen. I will join the first in their hunt for the Duck's white. If the gods are good, we'll catch them. In the meantime, I ask you to deliver these weapons to Uldar in my stead and trust them to Yu-Yu-Heisei. He will take care of the rest. Interacting. Right, picked them all up. Oh, awesome. Nice. Tomeo. Right, so I've got to go back to Uldar. And I shall travel there quickly using the old teleportation. I don't trust that inbred now. I really don't. And I thought he was a good guy. Right, so I need a Ethernet crystal, don't I? I think there's one this way, I think. Somewhere. Thought there was. Thought there was, yeah. Right, so where is he going to be? Chamber of Rule. Looks like it. Let's try that anyway. Try the old Chamber of Rule, see if he's there. This one then? No. Yeah. Let's zoom in a bit. The thing is, I'm right on top of him. Maybe I'm not at the right thing then. The Husting Strip. Maybe that's where he is then. So no. We shall try the Weaver's Guild. See if he's on this one then. I've got a funny feeling he's not here either. Ah, there he is. UAC. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. Now it brings you to this day. Gift of weapons from a certain black mountain, courtesy of Captain Inbred. Understood. Once we've catalogued the contents, we'll have them delivered to the Hall of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Real stated with confidence that there would be a far greater quantity. A blatant falsehood. Clearly Real is familiar with the ways of Uldan merchants, whoever strive. No, you're telling the truth, mate. Inbred's stashed them away. You know, something worth celebrating, isn't it? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting these Garleans. There'll be no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the cerulean processing plant. Time for the fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Alian, for the freedom of us all. Ooh-ah. Excellent work as always, until we meet again. Albert, a word. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need for whistling this time. Don't you worry. Right, where are we going? Speak with Rio at the Whistling Exchange. Let me get me arm amended. Oh, it's not too bad. I'll do. Rio. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy. All the hustle and bustle. Get to the point. The burning wall. When you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything, leave no detail out. Do you like me goggles? That's not quite how the first told it. These duskwhites they were chasing, latest word is that we lost the trail, but you never saw them yourself, not after the fighting started and not after. Something ain't right, I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. Yeah, so can I, mate. I'm not daft enough to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started. Yeah, curse these days, the money flows like water. It's because inbred's dodgy, mate. Forgive me, friend, I have a lot on my mind. I appreciate you lending me an ear. Right then, best back to it. Come on, Albert. Use your noggin. Tattoo! Albert, can you hear me? This is Tattoo. Your presence is urgent request at the Rising Stones. Right. Return. I'm going back here because I wanted to stop off at the marketplace. See if she's got out new. Since I've got a bit of dosh. Loads of them Viagra tombstones. Right. Let's go and see what she's got. Aureola. What you got, Aureola? Oh, worth it. How many have I got? 696. Plus 2, Mask of Aiming. That's the same. Corset. I'm not wearing a bloody corset. Plus 2, Van Braces. Plus 3, Bra of Aiming. I thought all bras aimed. Leg guards of aiming. Not really. Weapons. No weapons. Armour. Accessories. Now, stacked up with that, or there's nothing else. Special arms. Well, that's not special arms. there. So we've got a wide-eyed fawn, dust bunny, and a fledgling dildo. Right, well, I'll buy him. I'll buy him. Oh, didn't mean to buy another one. Dust bunny, fledgling dildo. Okay. Well, that was a waste of 3 tombstones, wasn't it? Now, what's this tombstone exchange? Bring them here, I'll give you something more. Ah, right, okay. Just saying what she does. I think I did that before, actually, and I forgot. Right, inventory. Use. 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 Alright, I'm not getting rid of you yet, little kitten. Right. So, let's go into the Shaven Haven. Then to Rising Stones. Tattoo. Hey up, Cocker, what's up, love? Thanks for coming so quickly. We've a guest from Ishgard wish to speak with you. Most determined lady by all indications. Alright. Accept. And go see Minge Villa. I'm coming. Right. How is it? Lucia. Ah.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you.
Don't get jealous, love.
I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthin rhyme, aye. The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Urianger has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgardsormr had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgardsormr. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you.
Yep. I'll do it.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Okie doke. Looks like we've got a bit of fighting to do. Or do we go and see this person of the lake, Keeper of the Lake, or whatever it is? Forgive me if I state up which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Agrius, former flagship. 15 years ago was the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea. Gaius attempted to seize control of Mordona, so massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day, Midgardsormr, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters. Sounds like Shang-Chi. The great worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship's cerulean engines failed and it tumbled into the lake. Excuse me. Yet this victory came at a great cost for the explosion which followed, claiming the life of the great worm as well. That some explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing ether for miles around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its centre a constant reminder of that fateful day. In accordance with Sir Emric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating. Be careful, my friend, we know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own task. There is much to be done and precious little time to do it. Done that. I speak with the Doman Watch in Mordona. Right. Which is... where's the nearest crystal there? Oh. Do it again. There. Oh. Right, okay. Oops. Sorry, Lucia. Santa Lucia. Right, let's go and have a float down there. Tattoo. Catch you later, Tattoo. Right, get on the old chicken. Oh, Shavenhaven first. Get outside. There we go. Right, now I can get on my chicken. It's behind you. Which way are we going? That way. Right. Up we go. Flying down. Flying down to Rio. Right, where are these gadgets then? Somewhere. Here they go. The Doma Watch. Tomeo, you're on the same one, are you? You're in luck, sir. I was about to send word about the Gharleans. Of late, I've seen small airships come and go from the keep of the lake, though I cannot say for certain at this distance. I believe they may be salvaging something from the wreckage. The Castrum supply lines have been cut. So it's true then, the Ishgardians honestly fear that the worm might rise again. Well, from here that seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage and the aforementioned Gharleans who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I'd advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Agrias, then climb to the top. It's the only viable approach, I'd say. Right. Duty finder's been updated. We shall get him done. Oops. The Doma Watch. Keeper of the Lake. Join. Right, so until we get... Oh, it's only a 4-man party, but we'll get there soon. So I'll put you on hold. I'll catch you on the flip side in a minute. Here we go. Looks like we're going to have to fight a lot of animals or beasts on his way in. Holy shit. Piece of cake. As long as we've got a cliff I can fall off, I'll be alright. Oh, hello, love. You alright? Thank you. Oh, we got a good healer this time. Is this an Iron Man or whatever that is? Oh, I've got to watch out for them tanks. I thought they were just rubble. They're bombs. Oh, you bugger. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Cool. Next bit. Thank you. Awesome, mate. You're doing a grand job. Whoa. Look at this one. Get out there. bugger. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Get out there, quick. Come on. To the next bit. Right. Looks like we found the, what's called it, resting place of the worm.
Treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet.
Uh-oh. It's me, Albert. Holy shit.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Oh, crap. Want me mum. Oh, get out there. Oh, you shit. Thank you for resurrecting me. Come on, Albert, you got a job to do. Whoa, how the hell you meant to stay from that one? Was it a plasma blast? I think my son said something about that. He said not many people can survive it or something. Get out of there. Ouch. Save yourself, mate. Thank you. Phew. Well, thank goodness for that healer. He did a grand job, he did. I need to cast my lot. Don't need it, pass. Bogartire's long coat of aiming, but I couldn't use it for some reason. Well,
by her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Okay. What?
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen.
You tell him, Albert.
Guided by a star, my people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds.
No, no, that's wrong.
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
You tell him, Albert.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
What's happening here? Whoa! What the? What the shitty death's happened there? He's killing the crystals. Oh, you bastard. Ah, okay. Guess he's lost all his magic.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
Oh, what's this? Is he going to be my pet?
Covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
I don't know what that little dragon is. You may summon Midgard Summer by selecting the corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. Speak with the Dome and Watch. I was beginning to fear the worst. But you shouldn't waste time talking to me. Alfie left a message. Return to the Rising Stars at once. Right, I shall fast travel there. Save messing about. As soon as we're coming up to the hour mark. What time is it anyway? Alright, plenty of time. Not for the game, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to another Cyberpunk, knock one out. Oh, knocking one out every day. It's because I'm in the Shaven Haven. Sorry. Oh, I do apologise. I've got a mind like a Welsh railway. One track and dirty. Alright, Tattoo Cocker. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Faye! Praise the 12 that you're hale and whole. No, praise the healer in me group. Bless him. Came as soon as Minchfiller informed me of Sir Emmerich's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, then I would hear your report. Go on then. You conversed with Midgardsormr. I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable scepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant? Less a resurrection and more a rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, yeah. Though his words were ambiguous, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk, lest we forget men have been executed as heretics, declaring as much. For your own protection and for the sake of our tenuous relations, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelations, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Alright, Alfie, leave it to thee, pal. Leave me and Minchfiller on his own. Is there something you're not telling us, Albert? You seem different. Go on, tell her. 12th of End, Midgardsormr stripped you of the blessing of light. Are you alright? How do you feel? I'm alright. Got me goggles. I see. If it's a relief to hear you are otherwise unarmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. He made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear 4 states that when the waters came into existence, so did the great worm. Althik and Nimir, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgardsormr ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant in which he spoke? 'Twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself. Well, if he is watching over you, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Oh, poor Albert. Oh. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? I'm a bit lost on what's going on now.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Halone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any of the Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praise. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Yeah. Yeah. With your Phil Oakey haircut. Don't you want me, baby?
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Speak with Alfie at the Rising Stones. Done. Right. Okay, we'll have a quick look at my inventory. Did I get anything good? Doesn't look like it. Did I get anything in my armory chest? Don't think so. No. 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 I don't look like I did. Last but not least, my minion guide. Oh. Oh, there it is. Dust bunny. Wide-eyed fawn. Fawn is temporary while he awaits the I might pick him then. Alright, okay, can't summon minions here. Okay. Right. Well, we'll knock it on the head for today then. It's time to bugger off. So, as always, thanks for your views. Much appreciated all the time. And until tomorrow, I'll see thee.